Hi everyone, thank you for buying our fourth Sankey's meal kit. We're incredibly grateful of all the support you've been giving us and all the other independent businesses in Tunbridge Wells, and we thought that this week we'd do something a little bit different. So we're introducing our first guest chef, aren't we, Margot? That's Scott Goss from Verdigris over in Tunbridge. Scott, it's over to you.
Hi guys, my name's Scott Goss from Verdigris in Tunbridge, and we are teaming up with the wonderful people at Sankey's for their fourth kind of home meal deal that you can buy from the shop online. I've got my brigade of chefs with me to help. We've got Emily, Finn and Ava, and we are going to cook a beautiful monkfish dish, okay? It's a curried monkfish. It's got some beautiful new season asparagus, some new potatoes, some beautiful samphire, so everything that's in season right now, everything that works with fish, some garlic, and we're going to make a wonderful roast chicken butter sauce which complements that, all down the middle of the table. The whole family is going to kick in and enjoy. Alright, so I'm going to break it down into stages for you. So it's obviously vegetables, sauce and fish, okay? So break it down into stages. Now the vegetables are really simple. All we did is put them into a pot, okay? A little bit of salt, boil your potatoes as you normally would. Drain them out, put them to one side. Same with the asparagus, we blanch it in salted water, we put it into ice cold water to stop it cooking. So basically, our vegetables are pre-cooked, ready to go, and I'm going to show you how to reheat those later. Super simple. The sauce is made up of onion. Good boy. Red onion. We've got some garlic and some thyme in there together. Super cute cup, right? We've got some double cream. No, that's butter. It looks like cheese though, right? And we've got some double cream and we've got some butter. Fresh lime or lemon, doesn't matter. I just happen to only have a lime around. All right, so that's going to make our sauce. So I'm going to show you how we make our sauce. A little bit of wine, which is also in your box. Beautiful Pinot Grigio. We only need a splash, and I promise you can drink the rest. And that's going to be made with the chicken. So we've got some strong flavours going on. We've got the curry, we've got the chicken, but trust me, this monkfish, so meaty, so delicious.
It takes
all the. It's not slimy. It's beautiful, yeah. It's beautiful, fresh. Isn't that gorgeous? And we're going to wash our hands after. All right. So that's it, guys. We're going to break it down into 3 stages. We're going to go over to the stove, and I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. Okay guys, so then on to the sauce that I was talking about. So we need to preheat a pan up like this. So it's quite a hot sauce to get started. And like I say, for this stage, it's all about that roast chicken flavour that works really well with that monkfish, as I said. So really simple. So we've taken a red onion, medium-sized red onion, slice it down as thin as we can with a sharp knife. We're going to go in with a little slug of rapeseed oil. Any oil you've got at home, olive oil, sunflower oil, whatever really. Just always rapeseed oil for us. So just let that oil get a little bit hot, and then in with the onions. You want to hear that kind of sizzle, that fry straight away, trying to achieve that roasted flavour. In with our cute little cup.
Yeah, I love that cup.
So in here is our garlic and our thyme. Okay, so this is going to give a lovely fragrant smell as well. Get it all in there. Leave the pan for a few seconds. Want to get kind of that roasted flavour on the bottom. The more you mix it, the more it will boil rather than fry. It'll get a little bit of colour in the bottom, it doesn't matter. Right. Now on to the Pinot Grigio, which again, like I say, we just can use a splash. So we've got a wonderful stock. I brought this stock from a supermarket. It's a wonderful chicken stock. Obviously, if you're a bit more adventurous, you want to make your own chicken stock, really not a problem. But I do advise buying the best stock you can. Remember, a sauce will only ever be as good as the stock that you use, okay? So this is just putting the base of the sauce together. So once you've got that kind of roasted in the pan, in with the white wine, literally the neck. Cook that out, okay? I'm sure you've heard it 1,000 times before. We're cooking out the alcohol, so we haven't got that raw flavour. Quite a fast sauce, back up to the boil, mixing it in. And then we cook it out until the wine is almost all gone, okay? Still smell good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Anybody want to try the wine?
No. No.
That's obviously for mum and dad.
The children.
Okay, good. So obviously that took all of, 30, 45 seconds to all evaporate. And then in with your stock. Like I say, the base now is really going to give that stock some body. We're going to bring that to the boil and we're going to reduce it down by half. Once it's reduced down by half, we're going to pass it for a sieve into another pan. And then to finish that, it's going to be seasoned with the lime. We're going to finish it with some double cream and some butter. And we'll come back to that once the stock is reduced down. Okay guys, so now that chicken stock is reduced down by half, it's gotten really thick and lovely, and that's going to hold the double cream and the butter. So the next stage, all we need to do is very simply but carefully just pass all of that lovely thick stock sauce now through the chinois. We don't want the onions and the garlic in the finished sauce. We just want the roasting juices, as it were, from the pan. All right, so that is done. Boom. Just take the back of your Maurice or spoon, whatever, and just push all that beautiful flavour through. You see all that coming through?
Yeah. Yes.
Liquid gold. All right.
Go.
Pushing all that flavour of the onions and the garlic through, but without any of it being in there. All right. So that is done. Back to the stove for the sauce. We're going to bring it back to the boil. Oh, there we are. Back to the boil. As soon as it comes back to the boil, it's in with the double cream, and then we're just going to bring them back to the boil to emulsify. Well, drizzle it in nice and carefully, nice and slowly. You don't want it to split out. In like so. Spoon, stirry, stirry. So again, you can just see the two emulsifying together, giving a lovely kind of rich, luxurious sauce and a lovely flavour. Like so. So back to the sauce. When we see it starting bubbling around the edge, it's ready for the butter. Good tip, make sure your butter is fridge cold. Okay, this is a good quality butter. And then just drop it in piece by piece. Mixing it and stirring it until all of the butter is incorporated. So we're getting that lovely, beautiful kind of luxurious, silky, till it coats the back of a spoon. Roasted sauce. Now if you've got one of these at home, fantastic. What you want to do is just give it a really good whiz up. Just to give, again, a beautiful, silky finish on the palate. And that is the sauce. That's going to sit on to the side, ready to go over the sauce when we come to plate the fish once we're done. Okay guys, now we're going to move on to the beautiful monkfish. Obviously, star of the show, everything that it's all about for today. I'm just going to cut this straight in half so it fits into the pan, obviously. Again, another little tip, just into a tea towel, clean tea towel, and just let it drain, get that kind of initial moisture out of the fish. Again, it's going to help it get a lovely roasted flavour rather than all that moisture coming out, and it be more of a kind of poached, boiled flavour, which is not what we're trying to achieve. Even better if you get your fish the day before, just kind of on that tea towel and in your fridge overnight, you're going to get the best results. So nice and simple with the fish. It's been beautifully prepared by the fishmongers at Sankey's, obviously. I'm just going to cut it straight in half. If you've only got a small pan, you need to cut it into 4s, 5s, whatever, cut it down to what you want. I prefer to keep the fish as whole as I can, and I carve it after it's cooked, but that's just how I like doing it. So straight into half, 1 piece, 2 piece, very simple, more than enough for 2 people. As I've said, this is a very meaty fish, so it goes a long, long way. Onto the mix, into a baking tray, a little bit of plain flour to start with. Our spices, for me, I love a little bit of mustard. So I'm going to put a little tablespoon of mustard in there, teaspoon of mustard in there. And then we've just brought this roasted curry powder. Again, all the spice, all the mix is done for you. Now, it's not for me to say how hot you like it. If you like it roasting hot, if you love them curried flavours, get it in there. It doesn't matter. If you don't like it quite so spicy, add a little bit more flour. That will just tone it down a little bit. All right, so just like that, that's all you need. And then obviously, if there's any left over, it's going to go into a container, into your cupboard, ready for the next time you do your roasted curried monkfish. All right, so that really is preparation for the fish, simple as you like. In, roll it, roll it, roll it. So we're seasoning essentially the outside of the fish. All right, really dab it in, really get it on there. And that's what you're looking for, a nice even coating all around that beautiful monkfish tail. And again, with the other piece, all ready to rock and roll and to roast. Equally, obviously for the kids, we're just going to roast that other monkfish tail for them. Them curry flavours, not really for their palates at this time, but it works just as well. So over to the pan, a little bit of rapeseed oil. You'll notice obviously when we cut it in half, that one piece of the tail is thicker than the other. So we're going to put the thicker piece into the pan first. Now just make sure you get that sizzle a little bit hotter. Okay, top tip when putting fish into a pan as well, always go away from you, okay? You don't want that oil to splash up over your hand because it is a hot pan, obviously. Okay, so in, that's the sound we want. Lay it down gently and let go. All right, I'm just going to give this one 30 seconds longer because it's just a bigger piece, like I said. And smells are amazing. That roasted curry is appetizing already. And then again, away from you in the pan, thickest piece down first, and away from you. Now obviously those spices are going to roast up. We're just going to hold it there for 30 seconds so we get a nice even cook all the way around the fish. Like so. We've preheated our oven, 180 degrees. A fish this size, we're going to be looking at about 8 minutes. And we'll come back once that piece is cooked. Okay guys, so 9 minutes, sorry, big one, 8 minutes has passed. That monkfish, beautifully roasted, yeah, kept its shape. Beautiful, moist fish. All we need to do now is finish that. For me, fresh bit of lime juice over the fish, and again, like to get a bit of butter in there. We're going to nappe that over. For me, fish is exactly the same as meat. It needs that rest time, okay? So we're going to rest it for a good kind of 10 to 12 minutes. Let all those juices come out. Let that meat relax. Get that butter over there. Smell of the lime, the curry. Wonderful. You know you're in for a real treat when it smells this good. Alright, get that butter, all that kind of curry at the bottom of your pan, get it back over the fish, all that is flavour, flavour, flavour. Alright, so we're getting that kind of nut brown colour on the butter, beurre noisette as we know it. And that's all you're looking for. As soon as you're at that stage, turn the gas off. The initial heat in the pan is going to continue that fish cooking along just perfectly. It's resting in the pan now, while it's obviously continuing off, finished off cooking. Our focus now goes on to the vegetables. Like I said, these were pre-cooked earlier this morning. All we're going to do is reheat them. Got a nice big pan in the back of the stove there, a little bit of water in the bottom, and a little bit of rapeseed oil going in there as well. And then all you're going to do is pop your potatoes in, and they're just going to sit in that simmering water, and they're going to warm through. As we're about to serve, we're going to pop the asparagus in there as well, and that's it. Lid on, they're just gently steaming through in that. Alright, finishing off the sauce now. So just transfer it into a smaller pan so it all fits in. To finish, beautiful vinegary capers, bang, some coriander, and again another little squeeze of fresh lime, delicious. We're going to mix all of that through. Looks great, smells fantastic. We're on to a winner. Potatoes are coming up to the boil now. That asparagus is going to go in with those. Bang, we're going to put them back into that bowl. That's going in the middle of the table for the family to share. Bang, that's just come straight off the stove there. Going to finish off with a little bit of samphire, which has just been blanched ever so quickly in some water and refreshed again. Get that in there. Super tasty, super seasonal. All right, bang, got a fish plate. Okay, if you don't have a plate at home that looks like a fish, go and buy one, because they're fun. Carving that monkfish, bang, 1, 2, 3, we're going to fourth out of that. Now just look at how beautiful, succulent that meat is. Get it on the plate, no messing around. That's the vegetables that comes in your meal pack. This is the sauce we've made. This is the spectacular monkfish. Get that sauce over the top. Be super generous with it. Okay guys, so there you have it. That is Sankey's 4th meal kit, ready for you to go onto line, follow it step by step. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed cooking it, as our little family.
Yummy.
What do we have to say, guys?
Thank you, Sankeys.
Thank you, Sankeys. Go and support local, guys. Go and support local.
Goodbye.